Hello, today I'm going to talk about nutrition and anemia during pregnancy and the disparities happening in them. According to Johns Hopkins Medical School, appropriate weight gain, a balanced diet, regular exercise, and appropriate and timely vitamin and mineral supplementation should be taken during pregnancy. The WHO, in its recommendation on antenatal care for positive pregnancy, recommended the following: counseling about healthy eating and keeping physically active during pregnancy, caloric recommendation to maintain a healthy pregnancy. Approximately 300 extra calories are needed each day. These calories should come from a balanced diet of vegetables, fruits, dairy products, different grains, and proteins. The WHO recommends that in undernourished population, nutrition education on increasing daily energy and protein intake is recommended for pregnant women to reduce the risk of low birth weight neonates. Also, in undernourished population, balanced energy and protein dietary supplementation is recommended for pregnant women to reduce the risk of stillbirths and small-for-gestational age neonates. Deficiency of macronutrients such as vitamin A, iron, iodine, and folate are particularly common during pregnancy due to an increased nutrient requirements of the mother and developing fetus. So the WHO recommends in population with low dietary calcium intake, daily calcium supplementation in the form of 1.5 or 2 grams oral elemental calcium is recommended for pregnant women. Also, vitamin A is recommended for pregnant women in areas where vitamin E deficiency is severe public health problem to prevent night blindness. Now the anemia, the most common nutritional deficiency. According to the WHO, 40% of pregnant women all over the world are anemic, and they measure anemia as hemoglobin concentration less than 110 gram per liter for pregnant women. The most common types of anemia during pregnancy are iron deficiency, folate deficiency, and vitamin B12. Clinical features of anemia have symptoms of lethargy, shortness of breath, palpitation, chest pain, headache, dizziness, and with signs of pallor, tachycardia, and soft ejection systolic murmur. Anemia in pregnancy has the effects of antenatal effect, poor weight gain for the mother, preterm labor, and preeclampsia. During labor, intranatal effects, dysfunctional labor, hemorrhage, and shock, and this is one of the major causes of maternal mortality during delivery. Cardiac failure. Postnatal effect, puerperal sepsis, and subinvolution and embolism. For the baby, risk of prematurity, low birth weight, poor Apgar score, and depleted iron store in the neonate, and anemia in infancy period. High prevalence of failure to thrive and poor intellectual development. Now, according to the WHO prevalence of anemia in pregnant women, there is a difference between countries. Meanwhile, it is very low in countries like USA, 16% only, 22% in UK, Ireland 21, France 25, Egypt 23, Denmark 23, Canada 17, Belgium 23. We find the contrast in low-income countries, where the majority, like Yemen, 63%, more than half of the women, and in India, 50%, Gambia, 62%, Gabon, 61%, Burkina Faso, 57%, Angola, 51%. So there is a discrepancy between high-income countries and low-income countries. From my data of 28 countries from low income and middle income country from the Demographic Health Survey data, anemia among women in general from 15 to 49 years old was among 1/3, mostly in the form of mild anemia. However, it was 1.5 times among being pregnant. So it is more among pregnant women. That's almost the same percentage identified by the WHO. While the WHO recommends daily oral iron and folic acid supplementation with 30 milligram to 60 milligram of elemental iron and 400 unit nanounit or 0.4 milligram of folic acid for pregnant women, from my analysis, I found that only 77% of women were given iron supplementation during their last pregnancy with the following disparity. Anemia during pregnancy by place of residence is higher in rural areas than urban areas. And iron supply is less for rural women than the urban. Meanwhile, they have more anemia. Anemia during pregnancy by household income, the poorest has the higher prevalence of anemia, and it is less among the richest. Iron supplementation is less among poorest. They don't take that the supplementation in comparison to the majority of the richest. With women education, those who are not educated, more than half of them, 57% of them, has anemia, while it is less than 5% among highly educated women. And again, the non-educated women are the least to have iron supplementation during their pregnancy, in contrast to those with higher education. Solutions we need as health professionals to tackle and address this discrepancy and disparity of nutrition and anemia during pregnancy among different types of women, especially in low income and middle income countries. Thank you.